I'm Tom Gaddis, and we have an awesome training lined up for you today. Today, I'm going to be talking about the premium package formula. From premium listings to premium clients, your step-by-step game plan for your directory sites. You guys are going to love this. We're going to get into more details about that here in just a minute. We've got our accountability check-in. We've got shout outs. And of course, I will be taking your questions as well. So let me just dive right into the training. And then after I go through this, we'll take questions. We'll do the accountability, the shout outs, all that stuff. All right. So on today's show, I'm really going to be focusing in on the premium listings and the packages that you put together for those. So let me share my screen here real quick. I want to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So I am here at our HawaiiThrive.com Smart Directory AI is what we use for this site. But you can see these are our premium listing. This is the pricing page. When you click on the pricing page, this is the page that comes up. You can see I've got 3 packages here. I'm going to talk about why there's 3. I'm going to talk about the psychology behind that, what's in these packages. You can see we have the ability to do monthly and annual pricing on the Smart Directory AI. I'll also show you where you can control all this stuff as well. So we're going to dive deep into this. And, you know, before I really get into all of this stuff about the premium listings and, generating income with them and all that, I do just want to take a minute and just give you guys all a reminder that premium listings for us are just the first step in the process. For us, a premium listing sell is really another step in building the relationship. It's just a foot in the door. It is not our end goal. We are not sitting around trying to figure out how we can sell the most premium listings as possible. Yes, we've got workflows and we work this in, and it's great when people buy them, but Smart Directory AI is not dependent on this. That's one of the great things about the system that we've put together, right? Is that it's really a client getting machine, right? You put businesses on here, the workflows fire, you start getting responses, you start building relationships, and ultimately you sell them higher ticket recurring marketing services. Because let's face it, we are not going to make a lot of money selling $99 a year premium packages or even $14 a month premium packages. So again, this is just the first step in a bigger picture. And I'm going to show you today how this fits into that bigger picture and how we take these little micro wins, these micro sells, and turn them into higher ticket services on the back end. So, all right, that being said, let me go over to the Smart Directory AI dashboard and show you where you edit this information in your Smart Directory AI software. So here I am. I'm in our Hawaii Thrive sub account. This is the main dashboard for Smart Directory AI. And up here in the top, you're going to see it's the 5th one over from the left. There's a button called Plans. And when you click on Plans, it brings you to your plans that you've created. Okay. Now you can add a plan by simply clicking Add Plan. You give it a name, you give it a description, you give it a price, and then you click through. Oh, it won't let me do that. So I'll just show you on the beach access. So I created a free plan here. So I used ChatGPT to help me come up with some island-focused names and taglines here. So I call our free plan Beach Access, a light touch of visibility to get your business on the map. You can see I've got my currency set at US dollars, but you can change that here if you're in another location. Once you add your plan name and your description, you just click Next. And this is where you can toggle on what you want to show for. There's a base set of things for a free listing, which I'll show you in a minute, but these are additional things that you can add to your plans to get the value up. And then you can even create your own custom items that can be added to the plans. And I'll show you how to do that here in just a second. So this is where we can toggle these things on and off, whatever we want to show here, right? And then this is where we even have the ability to set a trial period. So if we wanted to, we could give someone a 30-day free trial of a plan, and then they would start to pay. And then once we have everything set up, we just click submit, and then the plan is updated successfully, right? So I've created 3 plans, which here in a second, when I go through the training, I'm going to explain my thought process behind that, the psychology behind that. This is one area that, even though this isn't the primary focus of Smart Directory AI, like our primary focus is to sell higher ticket subscription services on the back end. We do want to do this in a smart way, right? So I have been spending a lot of time looking at the process we have here and applying a little more psychology and strategy to what we're doing here. If you guys remember back in the olden days of like Agency Growth Machine, we only had 2 options, free and premium. Well, mainly that was because that directory software, we only had the ability to have 2 options. Now that we have the ability to have multiple options on a pricing plan page, like you see here, that opens up some more psychological things and strategy things we can do. So you'll see us starting to take advantage of that new functionality as we go through. All right, so let me talk a little bit about the pricing of these plans. And actually, first, let me show you how to add your own custom items. So if you want to add your own custom items, right, then on advanced settings, there's this add-ons. And when you click this little arrow, this is where you create these. So you just click add new add-ons, and then you create a name for it, and you just click add. And then it will show up in your settings there. Yeah, Dorn, I know we could create more than 2 plans, but we never did it, right? We never had more than 2 options on any of the things that we had there. All right. So again, I've created 3 plans: Beach Access, Island Spotlight, Hawaiian Highlight. I would encourage you to think about the names of your plans, make them congruent with either, the area you're in or what your site is about. Like, put a little pizzazz, a little punch into your premium plans. Don't just, I guess you could just have free, standard, pro if you want, but why not have a little fun with this, bring some personality to your directory site and set yourself apart. So as you can see, I've gone, since we're in Hawaii, the Hawaiian route: Beach Access, Island Spotlight, Hawaiian Highlight. So I have created some additional things that I'm going to talk about in the training, why we do this, how we deliver these, all that kind of stuff as well. But these are things that I've put into these. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about the pricing strategy here and what we're doing here. So again, we're not trying to get rich by selling premium listings. Really, the ideal customer journey for us is a person gets an email, they see they have a free listing, they go, they claim their listing. We tell them, hey, you can get this. We offer this premium package. The value of the premium package is so disproportional to what we're asking that it's a very easy thing for them to say yes to, right? And you'll see that reflected in this pricing here. So you can see for this premium offer, we're only charging $99 for the year. And there's some things that come with this that are much more valuable than that. And so I'm going to talk a little bit more about that, but we'll get into that. And then of course the monthly pricing as well, right? So let me show you the premium listing on the site. So this is what it looks like on the site. This is Pizza Madness, right? Additional images. This is an optimized description that I created using ChatGPT. I'm going to talk about this. I'm also going to show you how to do this. And then I also created these. Obviously, you can add reviews, right? Working hours. There's the map. All of this stuff is a functionality of Smart Directory AI. And then the blogs and the news articles. I also created these for this client using ChatGPT. And I'm going to show you again how I did that. Literally setting up this page took me 15 minutes. Like, it's nothing to make a page look this great. Okay. So I'm going to kind of go into detail about how we deliver all this stuff, how we do this, and how you might want to set this up for your directory site so you can take advantage of these premium listings as well and the cash flow that you get from them. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I am going to pull up my slides. The premium package formula from premium listings to premium clients, your step-by-step game plan. All right. So, and by the way, at the end, I see all your questions. I will go through, we'll answer questions and all of that stuff. Jason, I could probably figure out a way to do that if you wanted, but we'll get your questions here at the end. All right. So first up, remember with Smart Directory AI, our real goal is to sell high ticket monthly subscription services. Premium listings won't make us rich on their own. They're the bridge that gets us in the door. Okay. So I can't stress that enough. I see too many people get focused on the premium listings and thinking that this is what's going to make them rich. I get it. The allure of like, oh, I don't have to deal with clients. I just sell these listings. But that, in our experience, does not work very well. So if you utilize premium listings in the way that I'm going to show you on today's training, not only will you sell some, but you'll actually sell some higher ticket services on the back end, which is the real bread and butter. Okay. And yes, these will be on our YouTube channel after they are recorded and all that stuff as well. Okay. So value-based pricing for your premium packages. So when you're thinking about how to price your premium package, always ask, what's the worth to the customer? What ROI does it provide? Now, remember, when we're first getting our directory off the ground, we do not have traffic. So we can't provide ROI with eyes on their listings because our site is new. It would be crazy for someone to expect a new website to just have loads and loads of traffic, right? And since we're upfront with the people that we reach out to, and we tell them like, hey, this is a new site that we're building in the community to support local businesses. This is why we don't get that pushback that so many people get when they try to start a directory site, because they try to make themselves out to be bigger than they are. They don't just want to tell somebody they're new. They're like, hey, I have this directory site and I have listings for $400. And what's the first question a person says? Well, how much, like, what kind of traffic do you get? For $400, they want to see that they're going to get an ROI, right? So our pricing strategy here is to stack on additional value that doesn't rely on eyes on their listing, and also to make the pricing so affordable and it's such a one-sided offer that they go, holy crap, like that's a good deal. Like I can take that. Hence the $99 for a year. Some of our members even do these for $49 a year. Those are really the two price points that we have found that work the best. $49 per year, which is totally fine, and $97 or $99 per year. So with that price point, you know, what is the risk to the person? It's only $50, right? Like that's not a very big risk. And when we show them the things they're getting, that's a huge incentive. So I would even encourage you when you're starting down this journey to maybe start with the pricing low at 49. So you get more yeses, you get more of these things going, and then build off from there. Again, remember, our point is not to make a bunch of money from these premium listings. We're going to sell higher ticket subscription services on the back end, right? And I am going to show you how we do that here in a minute. So what ROI does it provide? And I'll talk about that with the things that we include in these listings here in just a minute. Stack tangible deliverables. So assign real world values to each component. So if you saw on that pricing plan page that I showed you earlier, I had featured blog article, $75 value, online visibility report, you know, $99 value, right? News article, $75 value. So I'm putting real value in the descriptions of those additional things so that I can tell the person, look, you've got almost $300 of real world value here. And all I'm asking for this is $49 or $99. That is an easy sell, right? We don't have to try to convince somebody to buy that. There's very little risk on them. Plus they get all these amazing things that I'll cover here in a minute. The 3-tier pricing model. So this is kind of like a price, like a copywriting pricing thing where you anchor the price you want to sell by having a free and then a higher price thing. You probably see this all the time, right? You see this all the time in a lot of websites that you visit where you'll see 3 plans and there's like good, best, or most popular, right? There's always one that's like, it's not the most expensive one. It's not the cheapest one. It's kind of in the middle. And they're always like, look, this is the most popular. This is the one most people pick. Like that is this kind of 3-tier pricing strategy where you have that. And in the listing or the pricing page that I showed you earlier on Hawaii Thrive, I did that there as well, right? We have a free, which has very limited things. Then we have the Island Spotlight, which is only missing one thing that the higher plan has. So they could pay $99 a year, or the other one is $399 a year. So again, that contrast between those prices, because really, again, I'm not really that interested in people buying $399 a year. I'd much rather have them get the middle package so that I can sell them some higher ticket subscription services on the back end of this. Okay. And then as with anything, always test and refine your pricing based on feedback and conversions for your specific situation. Some markets respond better. Some areas respond better to lower pricing, higher pricing. So always test and don't just take my word for it. Make sure you test things and try them. And if you're not getting results, don't be afraid to lower your price and see how that goes as well. All right. Now, ideas to make your premium offers pack a punch. So obviously there are the things that we can deliver via the directory site itself, right? Like the business descriptions, the working hours, the maps, right? The things that are built in there as well. But you can also add on things that you deliver along with those. For instance, featured blog articles. So you creating a featured blog article for the person, featured news articles, right? Doing events for them. You can build out a more robust and optimized business description for their listing. You can give them an online marketing report. Hey, one of the bonuses of going premium is I'm going to give you an online visibility report that will show how you're stacking up against your competitors and online. And if you can use that to make adjustments or make changes, right? You could offer to do SEO type things, right? You could offer to optimize their Google business profile. Hey, one of the bonuses I have going on this month is when you sign up for my premium listing, I'll go in and actually optimize your Google business profile. I noticed that yours isn't optimized, right? We can add in AI chatbots. We could add in social media posts, right? Or we could even add in AI voice agents. Hey, sign up for my premium listing and I'll add this on. Now, look, I'm not telling you to do that for the pricings that I have set up on Hawaii Thrive right now. You'll notice I do not have AI chatbots. I do not have AI voice agents. I do not have SEO or Google business optimization on those pricing plans for $99 a year. Okay. So if you were going to add something like that, maybe put those in your premium plans where the person is paying an adequate amount of money for the work that you're going to have to do for those, right? And that could be another way you could offset the value of those plans as well. Okay. So these are just a few things. And if any of you have been on any of Richie's trainings or you see what he does, like this is kind of a core concept of how this whole process works, right? Now, you may be saying, well, Tom, like these things, like how do I deliver these things? Like if I want to do an online visibility report, the blog articles, all that stuff, how would I deliver them to the client? Well, I'll cover that next. I do just want to give you one other suggestion. You could also provide not just things for the directory, but things that they could use on their own website and things as well. So for instance, the featured blog article, you could say, hey, one of the things with the featured blog article is I will post it every month on the directory, but I can also post it on your blog on your website every month as well, right? So you're adding an additional service, right? We're building that relationship. We're remember, what's our ultimate goal? Becoming a profit center for the business, right? Integrating ourselves and a lot of the things they're doing and showing that we can bring value to their business and what they're doing out there. Okay. Remember, we're always thinking about them becoming a profit center and bringing value to what they're doing. So here are just a few things you could add to your premium offers. This is really up to you. Okay. You can play around with different things, test different things. I love to see people doing that. Well, if you do that, make sure you report back and let everybody else know what you find is working. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about positioning your premium offer to convert, because this is something that I do see a lot of people do. And that is they don't really try to sell the premium listing. So you'll see on the right, there's a weak copy example. And this is kind of how I see a lot of people do their premium listings. They're like, hey, business owner, we have this premium listing option available for $99 a year. It includes things like more photos, a custom description, and some extra visibility on our site. Let me know if you're interested. Like, I mean, that offer is just blah, right? Like, I just see that and I'm like, oh, like, why would anybody want that? You know what I mean? Like, let's punch up the value. Let's make it more about them, bring more heavy hitting stuff to them. So look at the good copy example on the right. Imagine the email shows up to the person. They just found out they have a free listing. They claimed it and they get this email about, hey, we do have this premium option. And when you go premium, here's just a few of the things that we include. A professionally written blog article about your business, 600 to 800 words, great for Google and local exposure. A featured news style article, like a press release to build credibility. An optimized business description so you show up in more searches. 2 additional featured images to make your listing pop. And a digital presence audit so you know exactly how your business shows up online, right? Like, those just sound like, oh, it's really, and then when you think about those, we're not really talking about the directory site itself, right? Like, these are just valuable things on their own to the person that's signing up, right? Okay, so again, I'm going to give you guys this PDF so you'll have all this information as well. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can just leave a comment below and I will drop the link to the PDF in the comments for you as well. The team is going to drop that link in the chat for everybody that is here live. So we will get that going too. And I'll probably put it at the bottom of the screen here towards the end. All right, so positioning your premium offer to convert, we covered that. All right, so the optimized local directory listing. How do we create that? Well, I mentioned that I use ChatGPT to do this. So I'm actually going to give you the prompt that I use to create that optimized description that you saw on Pizza Madness. You'll see it on some of our other premium listings as well, because that's part of the package that we provide. So all you do is you just say, look, use this framework to create an AEO optimized listing for, and whatever the URL of the business is, I just put that in. And then I copy this stuff that's down here and put it in with it. Okay. Now AEO stands for Answer Engine Optimized. So I don't really go the SEO route here, although you could, and I'll show you that in a second. But this page structure is what you want to post in with that prompt. Okay. So we just let them know, hey, I want an AEO or an SEO optimized business description. And then you would copy this as well and put it in with it. And then ChatGPT will spit out an actual optimized listing that's going to look like this. Here, I'm going to share my screen and show you a couple of the ones here. So this is exactly what I did here with Pizza Madness. So this was all generated by ChatGPT, literally took just a couple minutes. If we go to any of the other optimized listings here, like Control Freaks, same thing, optimized business description, right? And same thing over here, you'll see it on Well, let's do the restaurant one. So you can see here, again, optimized business description. So this is a great value add to the premium package, but takes very, very little work on your part, right? Literally just pop that prompt into ChatGPT and it'll create it for you. Okay. So that's how we do the optimized listing. So let's talk about the blogs and the news articles. So again, I'm going to give you the actual prompts that I use for this. So this is how I do it. So first, I go to the person that signed up for the premium listing. I go to their website and I just look at their website and I see, do they have blog posts? Do they have things going on there? And then I will use the stuff they already have on their website as the starting point for the content for what I put on the listing. Okay, so you can do, again, you can make these SEO optimized or AEO optimized. It's up to you. But here's the blog news article prompt. So you would just put in and you would say, look, write an SEO optimized blog post or news article. Don't use both. Write an SEO optimized blog post for this keyword, and you put your keyword for my local directory site for this business, and you put in the business URL. Make it 600 to 800 words or however many words you want it to be. Okay. And then ChatGPT will just spit one out for you. And then you can edit that and start with that, however you want to do that. Same thing for the AEO version. You just say, look, write an AEO optimized news article for my local directory site for this business. And you put the business URL there, make it 600, 800 words long and about, and then you put whatever the topic is. So that's how I do it for AEO. On the left is how I do it for SEO. On the right is how I do it for AEO. So that's how we deliver the blog posts and the news articles. Again, very, very easy to do. If you want to deliver, if you want to have social posts as part of your premium offer, you would just use the social planner inside of HighLevel to create those, right? Again, we're using AI, the social planner, to do that. And the online visibility report. Well, I just use the HighLevel prospecting tool to create those online visibility reports. And I don't know if all of you know this, but when you sign up for a HighLevel account, you get a free version of the prospecting tool in your account. So I think you can run something like 50 leads a day in that free version. That is a lot, right? And I'll talk about how we can use that for prospecting on another training we have coming up next week. But so make sure you keep your eyes out for that. You guys are going to love that. But the online visibility report is simply the report that the HighLevel prospecting tool generates. Chandra, I do not add both. I just do want to, like, recently I've just been doing AEO stuff. So I don't, like, none of the ones I showed you were SEO optimized. They were all AEO optimized. So just do one or the other. Okay. Now, here's the real magic of all of this. Okay. Here is the real magic of all of this. When someone takes a premium offer and we put these things together for them, we make this online visibility report, we create these blog articles, we optimize their description for their listing. Most people would just send that person an email and say, hey, we've done all this stuff. Go check out the site. That is a terrible idea. This is a prime opportunity to pitch other services on the back end of Smart Directory AI. Because think about the lead that you're dealing with right here, okay? We had a person that we gave a free listing to on our directory site. They claimed their listing. They took the premium offer. Like, this person is a super hot lead. So what I recommend you do is get them on what we call an activation call. What's an activation call, you might say? It's actually very simple. It's just a Zoom meeting where we meet with them in person and we go over all of the things that we've created as part of their premium package offer. And then at the end, we just say, hey, we have a few other things that we can help you with. Would you be interested in? And then whatever service we're selling. So here is our activation call script. Okay. And actually here, I thought I could read this from on there, but I don't think I can. So let me pull this back up and okay, let me get a bigger version so I can actually go through this with you here. Like, look, for any of you that are like, oh my God, I got to get on the phone, I'm scared. This is like the easiest call you're ever going to have, because the whole first part of the call is nothing but you delivering value, 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 value. This is not a pushy or salesy call. This really is just you going over what you've created for them and making sure they're good with it and that they're happy with everything. And then in the end, you just happen to offer them something else. All right. So let me walk through this activation call. All right. So the purpose of the call is to confirm delivery, explain upgrade benefits, build relationship, and lead naturally into higher ticket services. Okay. And again, for anyone watching on YouTube, if you leave a comment below this video, I will pop the link to this PDF in there for you so you can have it. For everyone here live, Cameron and the team are going to put the link in the chat. And here towards the end, I'll put the link along the bottom of the screen as well so you guys can get this. Okay. So, all right. So the goal, confirm delivery, explain upgrade benefits, build relationship, and lead naturally into higher ticket services. So here's how the call starts out. Let's say that it starts out with me talking to Abby. Okay. I just saw Abby's name in the chat there. So we get on the Zoom call. I say, hey, Abby, glad we could connect today. I'm Tom. I'm one of the founders of HawaiiThrive.com. I just wanted to say, hey, thanks again for upgrading your listing. We've already completed everything on your package, and I sent links about 30 minutes ago. Did you have a chance to take a quick look at those? If she says yes, you say, great. Well, look, I'm going to walk through each item just to make sure you know exactly what's been done and how to get the most out of it. And also, if you want any changes, I can make sure that we make that happen. If she says, no, I haven't had a chance to look at it, you say, hey, no worries. I'll walk you through it now. You'll have everything in your inbox to reference after the call too. Right? Then we just review the deliverables. Okay, look, here's what's been included as part of your visibility boost package. Or in our case, we would call it the island spotlight, right? So here's what was delivered. So here's your listing. You can see we've got an optimized business description. Everything on there look good, Abby? Anything you want to change there, right? Now, look, the point of this optimized description is we put some specific things in here to make this description what's called AEO optimized. So AEO stands for Answer Engine Optimization. You probably know this, but all of search is kind of turning to AI, and a lot of people are asking AI for information. And this type of description is specifically put together so that an AI would find this information useful and can return it when someone asks about that. Okay. Or if you're doing SEO, you just explain the SEO benefit, right? So here's the additional images I added. Are you good with those? Are there different ones you want to send me? Okay. Here's the working hours. Are those correct? Here's your reviews. Now, here's the 2 blog posts I created, right? You can review those later. If you need any changes, let me know. Now, I'm saving for last the online marketing report, because this is really the power of this. Think of what this looks like from this prospect side, right? We delivered value by giving them a free listing. They upgraded to premium. We have over delivered. Not only did we do everything that we said we were going to do, but now we've taken time to get on a personal call with them to just make sure they're happy with everything for something that was only $99. Like, think about this prospect's mindset. Wow, if this is what they invest in a $99 service, like, wow, what must they invest in their higher ticket stuff, right? Like, we're just adding layer and layer and layer and building trust and authority and confidence in what we can do for them, even with this small price point, right? All of this stuff subconsciously just leads them right into what you're doing next. Now, after we go over the deliverables, we save the online visibility report for last, because this is your opportunity to go over that report and point out the things that your services help fix, right? So now we say, and look, now let's look at your online visibility report so we can see how you're doing. Now we go over the report. Hey, look, I'm looking at this report. I see that your website your page speed is not very good. I see you're not mobile optimized. I see you don't have a chat widget. I see that it looks like you don't have a lot of listings on other directory sites. Like, that's important for SEO. I don't know if you guys know this, but you can actually white label and sell the listing service. Oh, Dorn, the name is escaping me. What's the name of the listing service that you can sell through HighLevel? Shoot, I don't know why the name is escaping me, but it's a really popular listing service, and you actually have the ability to mark it up and sell it through HighLevel. Yext, that's right, Yext. Thank you. So you could say, look, I notice you don't have a lot of listings on other directories. We can help you with that. Okay. So the point here is, like, we've got this person, we've delivered value. We've shown them that when we say something, we do it. We've went over the top in customer service, and now we're going over their problems, and we're like, hey, by the way, we can fix these things for you. Like, they have a pretty good sense that we can probably do that for them with everything that's happened, right? And so the way we transition to that is we say, look, a lot of businesses never get this far. You didn't just sign up, you took action. That already puts you ahead of most of the people in your market. Now, let me ask you, with everything that we've done so far and the information we just covered, do you want help upping your online visibility and getting more customers? Yes, no, right? If they say no, you say, okay, awesome. We'll just wrap up. I'm going to send you over a summary of everything we have here. If you change your mind and you have questions or you want to reach out, feel free to do that. If they say yes, you say, well, great. That's exactly what our Put Your Service Here is built to do. It fixes those issues we covered, and it turns them into a consistent stream of leads. So want me to show you how it works? And now we can lead into that high ticket offer, right? And then we close off the call with a little summary of everything we discuss, and we say, look, if you want to move forward with the next step, just reply, Brett, sound good. Appreciate your time today, and congrats again on taking the first step. This activation call is pure magic, right? This is when you see people like Richie celebrating a lot of wins in the group. This is how I know this is one of the ways he's doing it. And there are a lot of other people doing it this way as well. This just works like gangbusters. It takes away all of the pushy salesiness. Like, everything just flows naturally. That's, I think, what is the most powerful part of this is most people, when they're out there trying to sell their agency services, it's just push, right? I do SEO. This is why SEO is great. This is not like that. This is just a natural conversation that builds to that point because we give them a free listing, right? They upgrade to premium. We get them on the activation call. Now, if you guys remember, in a training I did a couple of weeks ago, I showed you how to basically do this same thing even when they don't buy the premium listing. It was called the local liftoff method. It's actually in your Smart Directory AI members area now as well. Plus, you can find that on the YouTube channel. But so whether they take a premium listing or not, it doesn't matter. We always end up at this same place where we're delivering value on this call, showing them what we can do and pitching the things, right? David, yes, the customer can create an account and they can claim their business and go in and make changes and do all that stuff. So yes. All right. Next up. Oh, so that's it for the training, right? So in the PDF, if you want to see more about how Smart Directory AI works, how we can build these sites super quickly and monetize them, there is a video in there of a presentation I did that will walk you through a demo and show you how we use this for prospecting on the front end and all that stuff as well. So the link to do that is in the chat. I'm also going to let it scroll along the bottom here for everybody. And again, if you're watching this on YouTube, just pop a comment below the video. Let me know what you thought of the training, and then I'll send you the PDF of this as well. All right. Okay. Awesome. So I'm going to